I see so many marketers executing marketing as if it was 2014. They are stuck in the hamster wheel of collecting more and more leads and getting nowhere with it. Because these leads don't actually translate to revenue. While I understand that marketers in 2014 had to do this because sales didn't have access to contact databases of people, and so marketing had to collect these leads and send the information to sales so that they could then call people and sell the products to them. But here we are in 2022, where sales has access to all the contact databases in the world, but marketing still seems to be doing what it was doing back in 2014. It's hiding behind those MQL downloads and doing nothing that actually moves the needle forward. And so, in this video, I'll tell you exactly why you need to trash those leads and why the MQL model does not work anymore and how you can get out of it. The first is ineffective marketing. So when you are in the MQL model of collecting leads, marketing spends a lot of time collecting information with no information of how these leads are performing. The sales team, moreover, wastes a lot of time cold calling people who don't want to buy right now. This model is totally outdated because it results in poor ROI and is an obvious cause of sales and marketing misalignment. So the solution around this problem is to measure the marketing of success based on how many leads actually convert to customers. If it's less than 25%, then it's probably time to get away with the system. Because really, why waste the time of your sales reps when they could be better off doing something else than calling these shitty MQL leads? The second is treating all leads equally. Another big challenge working with the MQL model of collecting leads and then passing off to sales is that you're passing all of your leads through the same funnel, leading to a very suboptimal experience for leads that have a high buying intent. Hey, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I put a lot of effort into making these videos. And if you haven't smashed that like button already, please do that. Now, getting you back to the video. Marketers who still follow the MQL model drown people in a sea of emails, messages, invites to events, etc. And by the time the prospect comes to the bottom of the funnel, they've probably lost interest in the sale. What you need to do is implement a buying experience that matches the level of intent the buyer has. A qualified buyer that's coming to your website asking for a consultation should be treated very differently from a buyer who has just come to inquire about your services or product. And you have to factor this thing while creating your buying experiences. The third is no real marketing. B2B companies are stuck running go-to-market models that revolve around low-intent outbound sales. That is, they'll try to collect crappy leads all day long and then pass it off to sales so that sales can then call and try to close people who are not ready to buy yet. When for a fact, sales could be so much better off doing their own things and closing clients on their own. And when you're passing off leads to sales that they can close immediately, you're only doing outbound sales, which is what marketing teams in most B2B companies are doing. They are running digital sales in marketing channels, and they are only focused on capturing demand with their MQL models instead of creating any. Real marketing is way above capturing demand. It's focused more on creating that and educating customers from the start of the journey. And the reason B2B companies need to execute real marketing is because once you make that real marketing work for you, you stack growth, you hit compounding gains, and the result outpace sales forever. That is because you were focused on educating the customer at the start of the journey. You did not just come when the customer was ready to buy, which is why the customer would trust you more than companies who were just focused on capturing demand. So if you're still running the outdated MQL system, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity that companies that are creating demand manage to use. So those were the 3 reasons I said you should trash your leads: ineffective marketing, suboptimal experience, and no real marketing. I think a lot of executives already see the facade of running these campaigns that pump up vanity metrics like leads and drop down 6 months down the line with no impact on revenue. But unfortunately, the actions, behaviors, and metrics of the marketing team are set up in a way that the company cannot do real marketing anytime. And that is because of 2 big reasons. One is doing any real marketing, like taking care of your customers, focusing more on retention, or leveraging social media platforms and communities, take a while to show results. You cannot start a podcast tomorrow and expect to see some returns 15 days down the line. The second is attribution. So let's say you post Pinterest posts or LinkedIn posts every day on your company page. Your ideal buyer consumes that content every day but does not take any form of action. They do not click on any of your links or they do not come to your website. But 2 weeks or 2 months down the line, they might be faced with that problem. They would probably Google your name, come to your website, and might decide to buy your product. But your attribution softwares like HubSpot will give all the credit to Google for getting you that customer. And so your CEO will come to you 2 days down the line and ask you to stop doing the LinkedIn posts and decide to give more budget to the SEO person. And hey, if you want me to help you understand how to get out of these two problems, then comment below and let me know. The whole move from lead generation to demand generation requires a huge mindset shift, and very few companies are willing to do that. But I know for a fact that companies that do that are the ones that are going to win, because they did come to the customers only when they were ready to buy. They were creating demand and educating customers from the start of the journey, which build that trust. And so even if the competition has a better product, they would choose to go with the company that educated them at the start of the journey. Otherwise, it's easy to light up your dashboard with leads that don't close. Doing some real marketing is tough, and I don't know if your company is going to do that.